चक्षुदान के लिए. For me, then? You know how? I don't know. She's
read the try.
Prabhuji, Mana, you didn't do. I'm not gonna. That's the point in saying. Yeah, why are you saying it?
Hello, it's not working. The lotus feet. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. My only wish is to have my consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens my darkened eyes and fills my heart with transcendental knowledge. He is my Lord birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Lokanath Goswami, O Master, be merciful unto me. Give me the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Srila Prabhupada.
Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Satma.
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 Bando Muni Savadana Mate
Bando Muni Savadana Mate.
Bando Muni Savadana Mate
Bando Muni Savadana Mate.
Chahara Prasade Bhai He Bhavatoriya Jai.
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 Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Aate Krishna Prapti Hoy Jaha Aate Guru Mukha Padma Vachya Chite Te Koribo Akya गुरुमुख पद्मा वाक्य चित्ते करिब आज्ञा আর না করি মানে আশা আর না করি মানে আশা श्री गुरु चराने राजी ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चराने राजी ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चराने राजी ऐसे उत्तम गति श्री गुरु चराने रति ऐसे उत्तम गति जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा जे प्रसाद पूरे सर्व आशा चक्षुदादिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से चक्षुदान दिलो जय जन्मे जन्मे प्रभु से दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित दिव्य ज्ञान हृदय प्रकाशित प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते प्रेम भक्ति जहाँ होते अविद्या विनाश जाते वेद गाजार चरित वेद गाजार चरित श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमा जनार बंधु श्री गुरु करुणा सिंधु आदमा जनार बंधु लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना लोकनाथ लोकेर जीवाना प्रभु मोर दया देहो मोरे पाद छाया हाँ प्रभु गोर दया देहो मोरे पाद छाया आ Ebeja Shuktra Bhuvana Ebeja Shuktra Bhuvana Srila Prabhupada Patita Pavana Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nittai Gaura Hari Bol Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Vasatyade Shatari
Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Govindam Adipurusham Tamaham Bhajami Nijashatre Driya Bhranti Bhanti Shanti Bhanti Kanti Javanti Ananda Chinmaya Jala Vigrahasha Govinda Adipurusha Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusha Aham bhajami Govinda Adipurusha Aham bhajami Kiba jaya jaya Gora chande Aroti ko shobha jaya Gora chande Aroti ko shobha Jana bitata bhane Jagamana lobha Jana bhane Jagamana lobha Kiba dokhine nitai chad Bame godadhara Hine nitai chad Bame godadhara Nikate advaita sri Chandra Chakradhara Nikate advaita srini Basha Chakradhara Iba boshe আছে গোরা চাঁদ রতন সিংহাসনে আছে গোরা চাঁদ রতন সিংহাসনে আরতি করে না ব্রহ্মা আদি দেবগণে না ব্রহ্মা আদি দেবগণে নর হরি আদি করি চামর ঢুলায়া হরি আদি করি চামর ঢুলায়া সঞ্জয়া মুকুন্দ বাসু গোসাদি গয়া সঞ্জয় মুকুন্দ বাসু গোসাদি গয়া কিবা শঙ্খ বাজে ঘন্টা বাজে বাজে করতা বাজে ঘন্টা বাজে বাজে করতা মধুর মৃদঙ্গ বাজে পরম রস মৃদঙ্গ বাজে পরম রস শঙ্খ বাজে ঘন্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে ঘন্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে শঙ্খ বাজে ঘন্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে ঘন্টা বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে মধুর 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 বাজে মধুর মধুর বাজে বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌর হরি বল কিবা বহু কোটি চন্দ্র জিনি বদন উজ্জ্বলা কোটি চন্দ্র জিনি বদন উজ্জ্বলা গল দেশে বনমালা করে ঝলমালা গল দেশে বনমালা করে ঝলমালা শিবা শিবা সুখা নারদা প্রেমে গদা গধা সুখা নারদা প্রেমে গদা গধা ভকতি বিনোদা দেখে গোরায় সম্প্রদায় বিনোদা দেখে গোরায় সম্প্রদায় জয় জয় গোরা চান্দের আরতি শোভা জয় গোরা চাঁদের আরতি শোভা জানাভিতা ভনে জাগ মানলো নাভিতা ভনে জাগ মানলো গৌরাঙ্গের আরতিক শোভা জগ জানা মানালো ভাব গেরারতিক শোভা জগ জানা মানালো ভাব গৌরাঙ্গের আরতিক শোভা জগ জানা মানালো ভাব রতিক শোভা জগ জানা মানালো ভাব জগ জানা মানালো ভাব মানালো ভাব গৌরানিতাই গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই নিতাই গৌরানিতাই গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় গৌরানিতাই 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 জয় গৌরানিতাই 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 জয় গৌরানিতাই জয় লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ জয় লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ জয় লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ জয় লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ জয় লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ জয় লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ জয় লক্ষ্মী নরসিংহ জয় প্রভুপদা জয় প্রভুপদা জয় প্রভুপদা জয় প্রভুপদা 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 জয় প্রভুপদা হরি বল হরি বল হরি বল নিতাই গৌরা হরি বল Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura, Hari Bol.
एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टकोश भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। एवं विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टकोश भक्तिवेदांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय। नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। राधा कृष्ण गोकुल श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड की गोवर्धन की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। नवद्वीप धाम की जय। जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की द्वारिका धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की समवेत भक्त वृंद की गौर प्रेमानंदे। All glories to the Supreme Deity. All glories to the Supreme Deity. All glories to the Supreme Deity. All glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Vinamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Prachayana Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatare. Jai.
This song, na Prabhupada, please. You know this one? Abhiraj. You're not playing mridang, is it? He wants to play harmonium. Someone should play Kartar. Harmonium is optional. Play Kartar. No, magic.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Praladadayine. Hiranyakashi Rakshaha. Shilatanka Nakalaye. Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimha. Yato yato yami tato Narsimha. Bahir Narsimha, Hridaye Narsimha. Narasimha Madim Sharanam Prapade. Avakara Kamalavare Naka Adbhuta Shringa Lalita Hiranyakashipu Tanubhringa Keshavadrita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Narsimhadev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Shri Prabhupada ki jai Narasimha Dev ki Prahlad Maharaj ki
Hare Krishna, everyone. Hare Krishna. Yeah. So we are a very small family today, and you all know I'm Kavya Munshi. I'm your MC for today, and we are blessed to have everyone's association. So far, we have done Guru Arti, Gaura Arti, and Narsimha Arti. Guru Arti was sung by Ram, and it was performed by Ganga Prabhu. Gaura Arti was sung by Braj Mohini Mataji and was performed by Narayani Mataji, and Narsimha Arti was sung by Abhiraj and it was performed by Narayani Mataji. Let's give them a big round of applause. And our Sunday school kids, the musicians, accompanied very well, so let's give them a wonderful applause as well. So before we move on to our next segment, I would like to read a purport and an explanation which was given by Srila Prabhupada when one of the disciples asked how the Lord within the heart of the snake protected his pure devotee. Now here, which devotee am I talking about? Does anyone know? Yes, Raju. No, it's not that. Let me just read. There was one devotee who asked Srila Prabhupada that, Prabhupada, how did the Lord within the heart of the snake protected his pure devotee? So Prabhupada gives the explanation from Srimad Bhagavatam's purport, and he tells that Haridas Thakur, our Namacharya, a great devotee of Lord Sri Chaitanya, used to live in such a cave, and by chance a great venomous snake was a co-partner of the cave. Now some admirer of Haridas Thakur who had to visit the Thakur every day feared that the snake is there and it is very difficult to meet Haridas Thakur, and suggested that Thakur leave that place. Because his devotees were afraid of the snake and they were regularly visiting the cave, Haridas Thakur agreed to the proposal on that account that, okay, let the snake stay here and I will leave the cave. Now what happens? Prabhupada explains. But as soon as this was settled, the snake actually crawled out of its hole in the cave before everyone present and left the cave for good. By the dictation of the Lord, who lived also within the heart of the snake gave preference to Haridas and decided to leave the place and did not disturb him ever. So this, Prabhupada says, is a very tangible example of how the Lord gives protection to a bona fide devotee like Haridas Thakur. And according to the rules and regulations of the Sanatan Dharma institution, one is trained from the beginning to depend fully on the protection of the Lord in all the circumstances. So let us take inspiration that we surrender completely to our bona fide acharyas and remember Namacharya while chanting and seek his blessing so that we are always surrendered to Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So next we have Bhagavad Gita recitation today, and who is going to recite for today? Avnindra? Whose turn it is for today? Bhagavad Gita, chapter 4, verse 34. Ram, you want to do? Okay, come. Big Hari Bol to Ram. Hari Bol.
Tadvidi pranipatena
Tadvidi pranipatena
pariprashnena sevaya
pariprashnena sevaya
upadekshanti te jnanam
upadekshanti te jnanam
jnaninastatvadarshina
jnaninastatvadarshina
tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya
tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya
upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshina
upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshina
tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshina
tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninastatvadarshina.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. I can't.
So basically, this verse tries to emphasize that in order to learn the spiritual knowledge, we just need to approach a bona fide spiritual master, and through his guidance, we can get the knowledge and wisdom of the scriptures. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So we have mandatory chanting, so everyone can please take out their japa. Anyone you want to lead, Mataji? जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे राम 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna महामंत्र की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. So next we have our Vedic discourse and Sunday school kids can proceed to their classes. No, nobody is there. Everyone is. So our today's speaker is His Grace Kashyap Muni Prabhu. Let's give him a big round of applause. And Prabhuji, as we all know, he's a disciple of His Holiness Bhakti Marg Swami Maharaj, and Mataji and Prabhuji have been selflessly serving ISKCON since more than 2 decades, and we are blessed to have his association and look forward for his enlightening lectures and wisdom. So let's give him a big round of applause.
Hare Krishna. So we'll sing Jai Radha Madhava. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijan Vallabh Girivardhari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijan Vallabh Girivardhari. Yashodanandan Vraj Janaranjan. Yashodanandan Vraj Janaranjan. Yamuna Viravanchari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijan Vallabh Girivardhari. Yashodanandan Vraj Janaranjan. श्रवण चारि Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki Hare Krishna. We have a cozy group on a nice summer day, I guess. I think people are waiting for going out, travel, for the good weather. So good weather is good in some ways, and then it's not so good in some ways, right? So, I hope so, because it's outdoor, right? Okay, we can do the pranam mantras. Om Ajnanam Timirandasya Gnanam Jana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Tadavyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Sahasrajatam Sakranita Shri Vishakha Tuja Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu. Sorry, I think I missed it. Sorry. Let's start again. I always make a mistake in this. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Sagarnagnatha Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvetam Savadutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sagarnalita Shri Vishakha Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा। So thank you everyone for coming, and yeah, like Sima Mataji said, we do hope that we will see a lot more people in the Rath Yatra in how many weeks now? Countdown. Really? Is it 4 more weeks still? Today is what, 6, 8? Yeah, kind of 4 weeks. Yeah, but it's 3 Sundays, right? Like, yeah. So you're almost there. So is everybody ready for Rath Yatra? Yes. I think Matajis are even more excited. You know why? They all got those dresses from from India. So, oh yeah, that's true. But it doesn't matter to so much to the Prabhujis, right? Like, I mean, Prabhujis are always happy anyways. We have to do seva, which So yeah. So in the light of the Rath Yatra that is coming, I have selected this topic and we'll make the connection. So today's topic is the superpower of simplicity. When you read this statement, does it bring any questions to your mind? That I'm talking about superpower and also I'm talking about simplicity. How simplicity can be the superpower? Okay, so when you think about any superpower, what comes to your mind? Like, even movie, like if you think about movies, you think about Superman, or you think about Spider-Man, or what other men are there, Ant-Man, or different men. We do have woman also. Please don't feel so bad about it. We have Wonder Woman, right? We have Wonder Woman. So yeah, so these are all superpowers. So when it comes to superpowers, you feel that like there is something extraordinary, more than what we have, like normally we can see, or normally we can utilize. So in either way, superpower is supposed to be something more than normal, and I'm here talking about the simplicity as a superpower. So it's kind of like seems opposite. If you are simple, then that means that you are not even normal. You are actually less than normal, like so, like normal in a contextual term, that like like in normal society a person is like, the simple person will be even less than that. Now we are comparing them with the superpower, simplicity being a superpower. So the nature of this, like this superpower, this particular superpower that I am talking about is its nature is such that it is easily accessible. Anybody remembers we talked about superpower of something else before? I think it has been quite some time, so probably not. Gratitude. Yes, we talked about gratitude. How gratitude becomes superpower. Do you remember how, like in one sentence, if you have to say gratitude, why gratitude is a superpower? Yeah, but why is it a superpower? Because, like, I know I'm not expecting everybody to remember these things, but when it happens, what happens is that, like, there's one statement in that I made, is that it turns what you have into enough and more. So that's how it becomes a superpower. Superpower does not mean to have everything more and more, but what turns what you have into more is superpower. So take the example of Spider-Man. Spider-Man was a normal, like it's a cartoon character. I'm just comparing it. So a normal person, like a normal young boy, and when he's bitten by the radioactive spider, then whatever he had, it becomes more, like it gets expanded, and he becomes a superpower person. He's having superpowers. So what you have, that is what it turns into. So it's a nature that it is within our grasp. Basically, whatever you see, it is so simple that you cannot even think that it is a superpower. That is the beauty of this all these characteristics that we are talking about. We talked about gratitude. At some point I talked about focus, but not in this area, in this ISKCON Oakville. And then we are right now talking about simplicity. So these are like like very subtle forms of superpowers, which are powerful yet very subtle and very easily is within your grasp. Okay, so I'm going to start off with one statement. I would like you to read it and think about it for a moment. So we talked about how simplicity can be superpower. Okay, what if the greatest strength you have is not in doing more but in needing less? Think about it. Does it make sense to you? When it comes to saying that this person has, say, example of money. So if somebody is very rich, then he is basically very, very powerful, like super powerful. We have Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world. Right now he is no longer in the government, and all those things are there. But the thing is that, like, when Bill Gates or anybody like that, Steve Jobs, who are the richest people in the world, and we feel that when it comes to becoming, like, having, like, the greatest strength is by having more, like, you have more strength, or you are become rich, or you are become very powerful. How? Because you have the most money in the world, then you are more powerful. So if the greatest strength normally in normal thinking is that, like, when we have more of it, then it is you become powerful, or it becomes a superpower. But in a contrast, if we see that if you don't need those things, then doesn't that make you more powerful than someone who is having more? How does a person who needs less becomes more powerful? Because can anyone give me any one reason? Yes, bro.
You feel satisfied.
Yes, you feel satisfied, but couldn't it be that, like, grapes are sour? Like, I don't have the money, so I want to be satisfied. So it's more like like feeling that.
If you have the craving, then definitely. But if you don't need it,
Yes.
feel satisfied, then you are okay.
Yes. So what it means essentially is that we are not dependent on the money to become powerful. We don't need to depend on anything. We just need to reduce our needs, and then we become powerful, because then nobody can actually attract you, or nobody can make you do anything wrong. Nothing wrong will happen to you, because you are so much powerful by not needing the things that everybody is running after those things. So it's a now need should not be equal to not having it. Like, if you don't have it, then you convert it that I really don't need it. That's not what we are trying to get to. What we are trying to get to is the real feeling from inside that I really don't need this thing. And when you don't need it, then you become very powerful. The person who has nothing to gain from you is the most powerful for you, because that person is, you cannot control that person. If the person doesn't need anything from you, then it is very difficult for you to control that person. So that is why that person becomes the superpower, because nobody can control him. He doesn't need anything from you.
So you cannot, in a false way attract him, or you cannot make him fearful of losing anything. When the person doesn't need it, he's not going to lose it, right? Make sense? Okay. This question for you: what simplicity mean to you? What comes to your mind when you hear the word simplicity? We can take 2-3 examples. Yes.
Less necessities.
Yes. Less necessities. Very good.
Santosh.
Satisfaction. Yes.
Low profile lifestyle.
Yes. So we are talking about, like externals, right? Like externally, we live in a simple life, like smaller house, not necessarily expensive car. What you need is, a vehicle to go from here to there. A simple lifestyle. Yes. Very good. You are here. Okay. What's your when you hear the word simplicity, what does it mean to you?
Mindset. I don't think about materials. I think about mindset. Your
Mindset. Yeah. Yeah. It's a state of mind, basically, right? Like that. Like
That's
yeah.
simplicity.
Yeah. Simplicity of thoughts. Yes. Very good. Yes. Anybody else?
Doing your duties instead of showing off that okay, you are rich.
Yes.
There is no need to show your whatever.
Yes. So basically, internal simplicity. Externally, it doesn't matter how rich or how poor you are, but you are not, affected by it, so to speak, right? Like you are not trying to promote that, okay, I am rich or I am having this or this. Yes, very good. Yeah. So these are all good points. We will just take like a few examples and a few points, like what simplicity is not, because sometimes to understand something, what simplicity is, we need to understand what simplicity is not. Okay. So we'll start with that, and we'll then. So there's 4 different things that I have thought of. The first is what simplicity is not minimalism, minimalism for the sake of it. So what does it mean? What not minimalism for the sake of it? So we want to show that I am simple for the sake of showing that I am simple. So it is more external, like showing that that is also kind of a show off. So like when you are trying to show being rich, this is the reverse of it, but it is still does not make you simple. It makes you still complicated, basically. So when you are trying to artificially show that, oh, I'm going to give up my house, big house, I'm going to live in a very very like 2-room, one bedroom house, I will not have a dining table, I won't have sofa and this thing, and then while you are doing all these things, what you are internally thinking is that you are internally actually missing out on what you have. When you sit down onto the floor, then you are missing that I am showing off, but actually this is not very nice. I need something secretly here to sit down, like a sofa or something. Or you are like internally you are thinking about those things. Then that external show of being a minimalism or minimalistic person is really not what simplicity is. Okay. The second one, not giving up the responsibilities. So sometimes what people do is that someone will say that I'm going to quit my job to live simply. Now that could be okay, that is perfectly fine, as long as internally also you are thinking that I really want to be simple. But if internally you are thinking something else, like what, that actually I am not able to do this particular job, and since I am not able to do this job, I want to give it up, and I am going to put the mask of show off that I am actually I'm so simple, I want to give up this life, this rat race. They can put words, and they can use different high level words, but that will not still make it simplicity, because you are just trying to give up your responsibilities, and it is avoidance is not simplicity. The third one is not about aesthetics alone. So when you walk into this studio, what do you see? Like, like there is Buddha statue there in the front, then there's Krishna's these things, and like everywhere there is, like it gives kind of it's the ambience is like perfect, right? Like, I mean, it's so nice, and it gives you peace. Okay, so does this make the person who owns a simple person? That does not mean that I'm not saying that she's not, but what I'm saying is that like this itself is not going to establish that person is going to be simple. So aesthetics alone, when you have like a lot of disturbance within your mind, then even if you are in the perfect space where you can be completely peaceful, that is still not going to make you simple. That is still going to make you complicated if you are continuously tormented by desires, tormented by any envy, ego, all those things. Then that is not going to make you simple. So that is not aesthetics alone. And the last one, which is no passivity. So in case of Arjun wanted to become passive. He wanted to say that like, I mean, I'm not so lusty after getting a kingdom that I'm going to fight all these people and kill everybody and get the kingdom. So he was trying to be simple. He was trying to be a person who will go into the forest and become a sannyasi. So that is a kind of passivity. So no passivity. Passivity does not mean that you are going to be simple. What you truly need is a detachment, and not an external form where you are saying that it is like I'm simple. I'm not simple. That doesn't make you simple. Okay.
Probably you're mentioning almost like finding the peace where it's noisy.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah. So it's like
Rather than looking for a peaceful place and being noisy inside.
yes. So like if you are looking for peace, then look for the peace within and not without. That's what there is a clutter inside our minds and our hearts. If that clutter is there, then however peaceful the place is going to be. So what I'm trying to get to is that simplicity means there is clutter free heart and brain, where you don't have any clutter inside your mind, and that is simplicity.
And that can be achieved anywhere you're saying.
Yes, Prabhu.
We have a question with respect to Arjuna's example here.
Yeah.
How do we know he was not detached? At that point of time, when he said, I'm not attached to the kingdom, I don't want to do it. Because the other side was Krishna, who knew probably is not detached. But till the time Arjun said that I'm now detached and I don't want to find, I don't want the kingdom, how do we know he was actually not detached?
Because when his argument is very straightforward, he says, I don't want the kingdom. Why he doesn't want the kingdom? Because he doesn't want to kill his relative. So he's attached to doing this action, which is he doesn't want to do. So he thinks that he is the doer and he is going to kill his relatives. So he's just not taking the purpose. What was his goal? His goal was never the kingdom. His goal was never supposed to be the kingdom. His goal was supposed to establish the dharma. And he is going to be the ruler. That is just a side benefit. But the main point is that he was not fighting, not because he was detached, but he was actually attached to his relatives, and that is why he was not fighting. On the face, what he is saying is that I am detached with the kingdom, but the point is the reason why he is not fighting is because he is attached to the relatives. That is why. And he thinks that why he is fighting this war? Because he wants to get the kingdom. But that was never the case from the beginning.
But at that point of time, that was the good case. Right? I mean, they were fighting for the kingdom. They had made an offer, okay, don't give a kingdom, give us 5 villages, will not fight. So if that was the case...
Getting the kingdom was to establish the dharma. What Duryodhana had done and what Kaurava had done is that they had illegally occupied this territory, which was rightfully belonged to the Pandavas. So whether he thinks that like he's he's doing a all these things just to get a kingdom or not. No, he was not doing that for a kingdom. They were satisfied even with when Krishna told Krishna became the Dut and went there. He says, "Give us 5 villages and we'll be satisfied. We'll be fine."
Exactly. So that
He was not at that time. He was not thinking that like like I must have the kingdom. He was not attached to the kingdom. But at that time he was not even attached to like establishing the dharma either, right? Like, I mean, at least there is no description of as such. If
Duryodhana had agreed to give those 5 villages, then the situation would have still been the same and the war would not have happened. Then they would not have been killed. Then
Yeah.
what about Dharma in that case? I mean, then we would have said, okay, Dharma is established because the Raven has given up those 5 villages.
Yeah.
So we discussed about this. For Kshatriya, they have to rule a kingdom. I mean,
Yes.
Can be kingdom of this.
It's a dharma. It's their dharma. It is their dharma they must have some form of to follow their dharma, something they need for following their dharma. They
That offer of 5 villages was not real. Because if they had been satisfied with those 5 villages,
but they were not, right? The point is that Duryodhana was not going to give them the 5 villages. He didn't want to give the 5 villages. Krishna only wanted to establish that Kauravas are the cause of their own destruction. What Krishna said is they are all going to be, they are already dead. In his book, they are already dead. It is already gone. So he knew that they are not going to accept it. That part was already decided, basically predetermined. But Krishna, being Krishna, he is the supreme. He want to give the freedom of choice to the jiva under all circumstances, basically. Yeah. So, yeah. No, it's perfectly fine, Prabhu. Okay, so let's go to what simplicity actually is. So simplicity is a clear sense of purpose. There is a verse that we are quoting here. Let's read that verse first and then we'll come back to this. You can recite after me. Vyavasayatmika buddhir eke hai kurunandana bahushakha hi anantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Those who are on this path are resolute in purpose and their aim is one. O beloved child of the Gurus, the intelligence of those who are irresolute is many branched. Okay. So let's go with this 5 things. What clear sense of purpose has to do with simplicity? So again, going back to the example of Arjun. On the battlefield, he was conflicted, he was confused. But once he understood his purpose to fight for dharma as Krishna desired, he became composed and focused. So, when you have your purpose, you have multi-purpose. What Krishna is showing telling us in this particular verse is that, like, we may have like one purpose. At this point, we may have one purpose that we want to, get a particular job, or we want to become engineer, we want to become doctor, or we want to do this, or we want to do that. That may be one of our purpose. But in any given condition, we don't have just one purpose, right? Do you agree that like we have more than one purposes in our lives? Like it's not just one singular thing that we are thinking about. Our mind is attracted to multiple things. So not only we want to become a devotee, but also we want to become very successful materially also, right? Like, it's something that is sitting inside us. It's not always that if we want to become like a devotee and we want to give everything up and we want to go to the forest and do these things. We all are in Grihastha ashram and we are all following our dharmas in both ways. So basically we have a lot of different purposes, and those purposes needs to be, what Krishna is saying is that, like, if someone has like multiple purposes, then his what he says, their aim is one, and if someone is having multi-branch, then his intelligence also is multi-branch. It is also divided. So basically, when you have too many purposes in your mind, it's going to take different priorities. Someday our priority will be not the devotional service, but going to a birthday party, or someday we have to do some work. We have some like our work which we need to do on this particular day, then we are going to go there. So like the priority of this particular devotional service is going to be shifting up and down. Sometimes it is up, sometimes it is down, and our purpose does not remain the same. So what here we are trying to imply is that it is whenever we don't have a clear sense of purpose, then we cannot become simple, because we have a lot of complication that is sitting inside our minds. Now, can we really get rid of all those purposes? No, we cannot get rid of all those purposes, but we must have one ultimate purpose, which is like an umbrella on top of every other purposes that we all have. We may have different purposes underneath the shelter of the ultimate purpose, and that ultimate purpose should be to become a devotee and going back to Krishna. So when our ultimate purpose is that, then whatever else that we are going to do is going to be somehow going to be dovetailed into that main purpose. And even if we are doing a normal activity which is not necessarily devotional activity, then that also going to become a Krishna conscious activity, and that becomes an akarma. So that is why we need, what we are trying to imply here is that as per this verse, we need a clear sense of purpose. There should be no clutter in the mind, thinking that my priority is this or that, or like that umbrella should not be moving at all the time. That is always there. That is our ultimate purpose. And if anything is actually taking us in completely in the opposite direction of that direction, then we should not do those things. So we have to avoid doing those things. Everything else has to be aligned with our ultimate purpose. That is simplicity. If you are having the opposite of that, is that you are going to have a constant struggle to do this or this. Should I do my chanting, or should I finish my I have to do, otherwise I'll have to do some overtime, or I have to do this, or I have to go here, or I have to go there. To-do list in the morning. Whenever you are starting to chant, the to-do list starts to come up in your mind. I need to do this and this, and then you are forced to either give up the chanting, or chanting on one hand and then doing on the phone, or I need to text this person, I'm going to forget about it. This is very important. I think Krishna will understand. Krishna has to understand what is Krishna is going to do, right? You are just going to do this, and that's a courtesy chanting. It's just lip service. There is nothing else there. So basically, so I was listening to a class by Keshav Swami Maharaj, and he was telling that he was giving an example that if you have a rock, and if you have some sand, and if you have water, now if you put the sand first, and then if you put water, and then if you put the rock, then it will not be fitting properly. You cannot take the shape of the rock if you do it that way, right? It will not be properly fitting. It may come out of the container or whatever. But he says, if you put a rock first, you put the big rock first, and then you put the sand, and then you put the water, then what's going to happen is everything is going to be stable, right? That's the stability you are going to get. Similarly, when you start your day, what is the first rock that you need to put? Chanting. So the first rock is chanting. So you put that down, and then I guarantee you that all your other activities will fall into place, and you will have a completely stable day. Compared to if you do it the opposite way, if you say that the other things are priority, and then you will do the chanting, then you will all day you will be chanting, and it will not have any specific benefit either. So put the rock first. Okay. The second one is decluttering the mind and heart. So what is decluttering? What are the clutter in our mind? Can someone give me some idea?
Envy, greed,
Very good. Envy, unwanted desires. Yes. So this is all clutter, right? Even grudges. When we have grudges towards others, then these are all the things which is cluttering your mind. You need to. So simplicity doesn't mean that you need to remove your expensive shirt and wear a plain cotton shirt. That's not simplicity. That is simplicity. That can mean simplicity only because when internal changes, then external will automatically change. But external changes first, then that is not going to help you. That can be a sign of simplicity. I'm not saying that you should always wear expensive. No, I'm saying that does give a sign that you are being simple. But hopefully that you have a backup behind that okay, no, I'm simple and that is why I'm wearing a simple cloth. Okay, so this clutter in the mind, it needs to be removed, and that makes us simple person. Connecting to the complete whole. So our ultimate purpose is to connect to the Supreme Lord, who is the whole, right? Like, as per our Ishopanishad, everybody, remember that particular verse. So that we are, connected to that complete whole. And when we think in those terms, then we become simple. And the last one, which is the one which is very important, is, and I'm going to explain it a little longer afterwards, is unity with all beings. 5.18. I think some of you may remember the verse. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Suni Chena Swapakyacha Pandita Samadarshini. So Vidya Vinaya Sampanne, that means that you need to look beyond the body. Basically, that's the ultimate meaning of this particular verse. And you need to look at even the elephant, or a chandal, or anybody, or an animal, with the same eye as you would look at a brahmana. So Brahmana, Gavi, Hastini, all of them are you have to look at everybody with the same eye. Now, how we can do that we'll talk about it. Okay. So that is simplicity. So simplicity, when we are, when we are thinking that I am from India, so I'm Indian. Somebody says I'm from America, so I'm American. Someone says I'm Canadian. Someone says I'm Bangladeshi. Someone says I'm Japanese. I'm Chinese. So these are all, the, upadhis. So these upadhis, you need to, sarva upadhi vinirmukta. So this is in Chaitanya Charitamrita verse. So you have to give up all these upadhis, and that makes you a simple person. How do we do that? We'll talk about that. Okay. So, any comments?
The decluttering.
Sorry?
The decluttering you referred to, that's the cause. The clutter is the cause of a lot of illness as well. Physical illness and mental illness.
Yes, that's true. So even any kind of this clutter is going to cause you physical illnesses. Stress will lead to heart related issues, or mind related issues. One of the biggest diseases are now mind related diseases more than anything else. So yeah. Okay. We already looked at this verse. Let's go to the next slide. Okay. What complicates our lives? Wife? Somebody said wife? Sorry?
I think they said husband, not wife.
I heard it. I'm not, I'm innocent, completely innocent.
Wait 5 minutes, let me go get somebody. Whether you hear property or not.
Don't scare me, Prabhu. Okay, so what example we started with? desires, yes. Over overthinking, yes, one of the biggest things, right? And it's including myself, like we are, like many of us are into that category where we are just overthinking. Mind is going to show you the movie, and we like to see the movie, right? It's like you get hurt by, say, a thorn, right? Like just a small prick here, and the mind will show you that actually this is a very poisonous thorn, and you are going to get infection, and actually you may need to cut your whole arm off, or you may even die. So like it can take you to the completely different. Yes, so it's going to show you the movie, and we are going to see that.
I think like the role of the actor, like the whole thing is an act, transactions. What I mean by that is it's like more complicated sort of any kids. I'm not saying kids, wives, husbands, for example, like what complicated in-laws, like everyone.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. You are in trouble, bro. Today you are in trouble. Yeah.
Just the roles, everything in front of
Yes.
work.
So it's kind of a different kind of mask that we have to wear every time we get into. If I'm talking to Ganga Prabhu, I'm going to have one different kind of mask. It's not necessarily mask, but it is a role, like you say, right? I need to play a role. As his friend, I need to play the role of that friend. Then when somebody younger is asking me, then I have to become a teacher or father or something like that. So those things are there, and sometimes it does become too much to keep switching these roles around, and it does complicate our life. Yes. Is everything okay? Yes, Mataji.
Literally, in one sentence, you can say like, if you don't have that acceptance, what you have already feel, then that really complicates your life.
Yes. So if you don't have gratitude, basically, right? So if you don't have gratitude, then it's going to complicate your life like hell. That's a big one. Yeah. Gratitude is something. Yes, Ram.
I think changing priorities or conflicting priorities every second we have different thoughts. Right now I am thinking to do this one. Next moment, no, this is good, that is good, and then I'm changing my thoughts without pointing to the sole purpose of life, and that makes like every second is complicated.
Different purposes which pulls us in different directions, right? And it complicates our lives. So yes. Over expectations, yes. Sometimes son has over expectation of the father, and father has sometimes over expectation of son, right? Those things also happen, that I want my son to become doctor, engineer, or whatever, and then that's going to complicate that person's life as well as your life, because if your expectations are not satisfied, then you are not going to be happy, and if that person is going to be in pressure, and then if he has depression or something, then that person is also going to be in. So over expectations, yes.
Attachment to materialistic things.
Yes. So all kinds of attachments are actually, when Ajay Prabhu said about the relationships, it is all our attachments, right? Like these are all our attachments which causes us to do those things. Yeah. So how is it that we can attain the simplicity? In spite of everything, how can we attain the simplicity? So one statement that I'm going to put here is that we all come from the same original conscious source. Seeing this unity breeds simplicity and gentleness. Think about it. We talked about how one person is Indian, American, Chinese, this, that, or coming from a rich family, coming from a poor family, coming from, if you're in India, you are coming from Brahmana family, you are from Kshatriya family, whatever that may be. But whenever we are going to think that we are all different, then what is it? We are different in some ways, but our original source is of our consciousness is going to be the same, regardless of whether it is an ant or an elephant or anything in from between. Any of the 8,600,000 species you can look at, but that is going to be the common thing. And what is going to be the common? That everybody's source is single source. And what is that source? Krishna, yeah, or God. If somebody wants to say that. So God is the. Sorry.
So I think everyone's okay with every source except for him. I think we're okay with the ants. We're okay with, like, if you think about what does religion preach, though, it's the difference. Right? Religion is the difference. Different religions is not recognizing that same point, right? Unless it's a oneness. That oneness is not picked up by different religions, even though the source is the same.
Yeah.
That's not preached.
Yeah, religion is in a way it's a complication, right? It's a complication that people have created, but it is also necessary based on the location, based on the mental state of that person, the people around that. So different religions are created because of that. But what I'm trying to get to is that we still have single source of our consciousness. Our consciousness comes from one single source. And that makes us all basically what? Brothers, sisters, whatever you want to call. We are having the same single father. Any living entity, we have the same single father. And that is simplicity. You understand? My father was a school principal. Your father is, a doctor, or your father is an engineer, this or that, or, he's tall or he's short, or all those things. These are all complications. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, what matters is that we all come from a single source, and that is God. Consciousness comes from Krishna or God. So that is what we are aiming at. And what are we celebrating in Rath Yatra? So if someone asks you, what does it mean to have the Rath Yatra, or what does Jagannath mean? And this is one of the, Lord of the universe. He is not Lord of Indians, or not Lord of people from Orissa, So he is not, partial in that way. He's he's universal. So what we are trying to do here in the Rath Yatra is that we are trying to become spread universal brotherhood. We are all, connected with the same source. And that Lord is coming out to greet everybody. So it does not matter whether that person is from any race, any background, or anywhere. It doesn't matter. They are all welcome into this festival, simply because it is called Jagannath Rath Yatra. It's not called, Hindu god Jagannath Yatra or anything like that. It is Jagannath. He is the Lord of the universe. Yes. 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 Yeah. Even the word Juggernaut, it comes from Jagannath. Big, something big. And if you go to Jagannath temple and see the deities like that, then you feel, yeah, he's big. He is big. Yeah, we can't go any longer close to Jagannath, but, first time when we went to Jagannath Puri, we could, the distance was 2 feet. We could just walk past him, and then we were just looking at him in the air, yeah, it's just gorgeous. You feel that he is actually the Lord of the universe. Okay. So I'm going to talk about another one story, which is called Football Fans Experiment. Has anyone heard about this story? Not story, it's a real, experiment that was performed. So this experiment was done in, I have to remember this thing, so I'm going to look it up. So this was done by Mark Levin, Dr. Mark Levin at Lancaster University, and this was done studied how our group identity affects how compassionate we are. So they gathered a group of Manchester United fans. So these are all football fans. Okay. So this Manchester United fans, they gathered a group and they asked them that, like, since you are a Manchester fan, we would like to do a review, or we would like to do a survey. So for a survey, so they called them and they did some survey, and then make them basically feeling that Manchester's go, like that, like they just pump them up basically. And then they said that, okay, now we have to go to the hall across the road. As they were walking across the road, what they did is that there was an actor. One actor was on the other side on the footpath, and he did the acting of sleeping and falling down and getting hurt. Okay. And as he did that, at that time, they did this experiment in 3 different ways. At first, they make sure that he wears a Manchester fan t-shirt. Okay. Then the second time, they said let him wear a Liverpool jersey. That's another team. Okay. And the third time, just a plain t-shirt. And then they did this exercise 3 times. So first time when he was Manchester, wearing the Manchester jersey, then at that time lots of people went and said, oh, come on, get up, are you hurt, call the ambulance, and they were all taking care of that person. Second time when he was wearing the jersey of Liverpool, what happened? Yes, he's in the opposite team. So only like very few people thought of going and helping that person. And third time, almost nobody went to help that person, because he's neither a football fan, nor a Manchester fan, nor a Liverpool fan. So what's the use of that person? Nobody went then helped them. And then what they did, that they did the experiment again. And what they did, they actually pumped everybody up. They had the group and they pumped them up for football, being a football fan, not necessarily Manchester, Liverpool, or any other team. They just football fan. Like basically they just, like boosted their morals and like, like, oh, go, football. And then when they went, then almost everybody went and tried to help that person. So what does this experiment prove is that the conclusion is that this broader our sense of identity. So the broader our sense of identity, the broader is our compassion. So if our sense of identity is, like this person is from my group, then the compassion is also becoming broader. You become very compassionate to people. Now imagine if we think that everybody is actually coming from the same source, then wouldn't that the compassion circle will become very large? So simplicity means to think that we are all coming from the same source, and that means that we should be compassionate towards everybody else. And that is what simplicity, that is why simplicity is a superpower. Okay, I'm going to give you so we are developing our consciousness with a higher perspective. We are looking at a bigger picture. We are like, I mean, like if you've seen this video in which they say that, okay, they have like a focused camera and your house is in focus. So then they go a little bit higher and they say you are in this neighborhood, okay, your house, and then you go again higher, then you are in the city, and then you are in the province, and then you are in the country, and you are in the planet, and then keep going up, zooming out, and you become a dot, right? So the perspective changes, and so is the size of the thing that you are looking at, and how you are looking at it also changes. So we have to develop our consciousness with a higher perspective, so that we can have compassion for everybody and not just for limited people. Tomorrow, if somebody with dhoti and kurta is going to go, and if that person is in trouble, what you gonna do? You are going to be, running for that person, that okay, no, he's a devotee, man, like let's help this person. But if same thing happens with somebody who, who is, wearing some funky clothes or something, I think he must be drunk, or he's on drugs or something. He deserves that. So that is our consciousness, right? We need to broaden our consciousness, and we need to have this higher perspective. So okay, so sorry. So one thing, so we can actually take this. Our literature takes it to the next level. We are thinking about just humans, but Sanatan Dharma or our scriptures takes it to even the species. It does not matter. Any living being, basically. So Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Gavi Hastini Sunichena Swapakecha. Anybody. It does not matter whether that person is a human or not. Our compassion should go outside of that, human context, because we are all going to look beyond the body. Body is, temporary. Nice. Over time. Okay. A thought experiment while driving. So if you are driving, and you can do this experiment, if somebody cuts you in the line, then like normal reaction is that either you will give him a 4-letter word, or just glorify him, right? In some ways, and you will be really upset about that person, as if he has taken away whole your life or something. You are going to get mad at that person. Instead, next time when someone does that, think that that person is actually your brother or sister. Doesn't matter. I'm not a feminist or male chauvinist or anything like that, so it doesn't matter. Or brother or sister, somebody is cutting, but that person is related to you, and that person is in a hurry because he needs to go to a hospital, and he has somebody to take care, or whatever that circumstances may be, but basically that person is related to you. And then think that what will be your state of emotion, and say, oh yeah, I think he needs to go. You will slow down automatically and let that person go. So why not think like that? Instead of thinking that this person is doing something wrong to me, think that he is my brother or sister, and that person is really in a hurry and he needs to go. You are not going to, even if you become 1 minute late, is it really going to be the end of your life or something? Does it really matter so much? Okay, so this is identity based reaction. Many times we have seen that in the homes that we live in, or in the space that we are working in, you see clutter. You see, even if you come on my desk, you will see clutter. So things are here, there. There is no order. There is no organization, basically. When you see this, it is not that external needs to be fixed. Sure, it needs to be fixed, but what is more important to be fixed is the internal. There is clutter inside that person's mind, so it proves that I have clutter, but that's fine. I'm human, right? So so that clutter needs to be removed, and when that clutter gets removed, then the external will automatically get transformed. External will be reflecting what is sitting inside your brains. And this one is really important. What we are is more important than what we have. What we are, the servant of Krishna, that's true, but we are the spirit soul. We are not this body. So what we have is the body. We are the spirit soul. We are spirit soul, and what we have is body. So what we are is more important than what we have. Okay, make sense? So why? Because what we have right now is slipping through our fingers as we speak. Use things for higher purposes. Every moment we are going closer and closer. We don't even know how close or how far we are from the ultimate thing. So use things for higher purposes. Okay. This is another funny story I'm going to tell you. I don't know if someone has heard about this. So actually, Radhanath Maharaj tells this story many times. The monk who gave up his simple, happy life to save his underwear. So the story goes like that. That one time there was a monk, and he was living in a simple ashram near the river, and he all he had was a kopin. Everybody understand kopin? So, like an underwear basically. So the underwear, that's all he had, and every day he would take bath. He would wash his kopin and hang it onto the tree, and then once it gets dried up, he will wear, and then he just uses one kopin, and his life was really very peaceful and very happy. So one day, while he had hung it onto the tree for drying, what happened is that there was a mouse. A mouse came and made holes into the kopin. So the guy thought, what do I do now? So the villagers around, they thought, let's give him another one. He needs one, right? He has now with the holes. So they gave him another one. Guess what? Again the mouse did the same thing, and mouse made the holes into the kopin. And so second time, then villagers thought that I think this mouse is a problem. So let's give him a cat. So they all gave him a cat. So the cat will kill the mouse and the problem solved. So then they give him a cat. So okay, fine. And the cat did kill the mouse. So that problem was solved. But now the cat needs milk. So what do we do? So then villagers thought, okay, let's give him a cow. So he can have the milk to feed the cow, feed the cat. So they gave him the cows, and the cow was giving milk and he was feeding it to the cat. So then, you need to feed the cow now. So they say that he needs a field, I think, because so the field will take care of the grass and he can grow something, and then, the cow will get satisfied. So then they gave him a piece of land so he can do that. Now, with a piece of land, he needs to cultivate things, he needs to take care of this. Then he thought, I'm not able to do anything related to my being monk. I'm not doing any devotional service. So he says, I think I should get married. So I will get some help. So then he got married. So this is a story, okay? It does not mean that we are getting married so that, Matajis can come and work in the home. Because we know that we end up doing, many of the things. So it's not meant to be that. This is a story, okay? So he got married. And before he knows, or before anyone realizes, he had an entire, he became a merchant, he became, everything, and he became a grahastha and everything. So, and he was under all the kinds of pressures that all of us are going through. So from being a simple underwear wearing monk who was very happy, he became somebody like us. Right? So that is the problem, and that is where it says it creates unnecessary necessities. Unnecessary necessities. How many times we go to Costco and buy 99% of the things which we never went there in the first place to buy. Most of the time. Every time there's parade, oh, this thing has come, I think it's on sale, let me buy this. I think I don't have the track pant and I need to get this. I don't even go out to walk. What are you going to do with the track pant? No. If I have track pant, I'll go out and walk, right? Or buy a bike. There's bicycles they are selling. I think I'm putting too much weight. I need to do biking. Let me go and get the bike. So these are unnecessary necessities that we keep on increasing. And this increases the clutter and takes away the simplicity of our life. Okay. So this mind is a peddler of wares. The more we focus on the needs of the senses, the more we must work. There is no end to it. The more we must work, the more we must maintain. The more we must maintain, the more complex our life becomes. So simplicity is not being poor. Simplicity does not mean that you need to wear, torn out clothes and say that, oh, I'm simple. No, that's not the point. The point is that we need to remove these complexities from our lives. Our lives have become so complex that we can't even chant in peace. What's the purpose of such life? So you don't have to answer the door every time the mind calls and say, I need this, I need that. It's always going to knock your door. It's going to say, I need this, I need that. It's a requirement. It's the best lawyer that you can find. It's going to, give you complete arguments as to why exactly you must have a bike. Regardless of even if you have space in the house or not, that also you will forget about it. And you will go and end up buying the bike. So do not answer the door every time the mind calls. What's more valuable is the time we have. To be simple, to be conscious, to be aware. Okay? A happy human. Happy human is the one with power to control his or her own urges. It's a very nice statement by Radhanath Swami. Simplicity is clarity of heart, not absence of things. Okay. So, summarizing, simplicity is the superpower. It does not feel like simplicity is a superpower, but it is a superpower. What is simplicity and what complicates our lives? We talked about one common source, and we are going to celebrate the Jagannath Rath Yatra with that in our mind, that we all have one common source. You need to develop one's consciousness with higher perspective. You need to look at it from a higher perspective. Unity between humans to unity between the species. It's not Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. We need to keep both in mind. Identity based reaction. So when somebody is going to cross your path or cross your road, then at that time do not get mad, but think that that person is also your brother or sister. Do not increase your unnecessary necessities and complicate your life. A happy human is the one who controls his urges. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. How do you like the presentation? Do you know why I kept it like that? It has to be simple. Nothing. No complications. No flowers. No, nothing. Yeah. I can give you the whole presentation, Mataji.
So let's give a big round of applause to Prabhuji. And let us make simplicity as a motto of our life, so that we transition from complexity to simplicity and ultimately make our whole divinity. So that's what simply divine.
Does anyone have any question or comment? We still have kids still in the classroom, so everything is so simple.
Some new faces here. I would like to. Prabhuji, do you mind giving some introduction?
Yeah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I just moved to Canada like a month ago.
Hare Krishna.
And I was a regular devotee of. I live in Rajasthan, Kota. And I was regular devotee of Bangalore ISKCON there.
Oh, Hare Krishna.
So the day I was boarding to Toronto, I was given a Gita by a Prabhu and told me to get associated some ISKCON guys in Toronto.
Hare Krishna.
My name is Pankaj.
Nice to meet you.
My question is, I just came, so I have not heard the whole.
That's okay.
So, we have been hearing a lot in YouTube or reels, or we have read the book that simplicity is very, necessity nowadays, and minimalism. But it's not simple for me to be a simple life. We get a lot of, ideas and a lot of talks, but when we go and try to implement it, it's not like sustainable. Initially, we do things like I want to buy minimum things. I don't want to get entangled with a lot of things, and I want to keep my personal life and professional life simple. But somehow things comes which is out of your control, and you feel that you are keep getting entangled in more complicated things. So how to navigate that situation?
Yeah. Somebody is going to offer you the cat, somebody is going to offer you the the cow, and then the field and this thing. So whether we pay for it or not, it's still like there will be offers that is going to keep coming to us, right? And it is going to continue to complicate our lives as we go forward. But this is a very standard question and answer is that whenever this question is being asked, that like when we are in the temple, when we come to any class or anything, we feel that okay, this is so inspiring, I'm going to follow it. But as we walked out of the temple, then it slowly drains off, and the other thing starts to take over, right? Like basically you are not able to keep, even though ideally it is mentioned in the class that okay, you should do this and this, but it's not easy to follow, right? So that is a very, very normal situation. So one of the ways that it is answered is that it's like if there is a sine curve, the sine wave is like it goes up, it goes down, up, down, up, down, up, down. But if you have the frequency of that up and down, like that wave as so high that it feels almost like a straight line, it does not go up and down basically. So what I'm trying to tell you is that when we feel that we are getting something good in a forum like this, and which we can utilize in our lives, but it does not stay with us, then it means that we need to keep getting it. We just need to continuous inflow of those things, and we need to categorically take out whatever that is outside of that particular area. Okay, no, this is, so they say that like, how do we surrender? How do we surrender to Krishna? They ask the question, and then the answer is that like, you anukullina sankalpa pratukullina varjanam. That means whatever is in favor of devotional service, you accept that, and whatever is not in the favor of the devotional service, you reject those things. So when you initially, it may happen that the filter is not working properly, that the things that is attracting you is going to still attract you. But as you will get into the association of the devotees, you are going to get that input, that strength from everybody else. They are going to give you like that, okay, no, Prabhu. No. And besides, when you get into the association of all these devotees, then you don't really get time to do anything else. Ask Ganga Prabhu, how much time you get to go to a party, Prabhu? Yeah. So what I'm saying is that the things which attracts you, you won't even get time to look at them. Besides, the best part about Krishna consciousness is that it's not about giving up things, but it is about picking up things. So when you pick up this Krishna consciousness, and when you get attracted to Krishna, so much you are getting attracted that nothing else will attract you. Anything else that is bothering you right now is not going to attract you. So it's a matter of continuous association. That's why Prabhupada always said that we should all live in communities, our own communities, because there is so much happening in the outside world. The moment we walk into our office, there is all these anarthas are going to attack us. There will be competition. There will be, I need to, become the manager. I need to get a promotion. Why that person got a promotion? That person is, nonsense. He doesn't work anything. And I'm doing so hard. And all those things are going to attract you. Simply because that is what how much time you are actually allocating to the devotional service. It depends on that. The moment you increase that circle and of time, that other circle will automatically reduce. You have only 24 hours in a day. So how much time you are going to get to do other things? So two things. One thing is that you need to get attracted to something which is the most attractive, so that other things does not attract you as much. Higher taste. You need higher taste. When you get higher taste, the lower taste will go away. And the second thing is the association, continuous reminders. You need reminders every moment. We need, I need reminders every day. Why I give these classes? Because I need reminder, Prabhu. I pick topics. Why? Not because I want to say Ganga Prabhu is, or Kunal Prabhu is having this problem, so I'm going to solve his problem. No, I'm solving my own problems by studying this thing in detail and then telling everybody, getting everybody's feedback and talking to them. This all gives me that that intelligence that okay, no, this is really, the conviction comes from that. So it's a continuous process. It's not a magic stick. It's not going to happen magically, but there is continuous improvement is happening. If you have the faith and if you continue to do whatever you are being asked to do, then I guarantee you that you will have performance, success. Okay, thank you very much, everyone. Hare Krishna.
My name is Suresh. I live in Mumbai for the past 5 years. Hello? So, yeah, my name is Suresh. I live in Mumbai for the past 5 years. I moved from Southern. So, I always see the sign, but I don't know, like, it is here. Like, until my wife told us, okay, this is yoga center and also, like, this is...
Yeah, we just ran this place.
You should do more. What is called,
that's why we are doing Rath Yatra. Now we are doing Rath Yatra, Prabhu.
Yes, that I know. I came to know.
Yeah. And this year we are going to distribute the ISKCON Oakville's, information to everybody that comes. So there is more, spread.
Yeah. So, like, today, just whatever you have, the information, it is not only, it's alive, it is very, very much to day what we are doing and what we can do better. So, at least whatever you do, I'm not promising I can follow, but at least I try to follow 1 or 2 for sure.
Yes. That's how you do.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. I am Pankaj, his Pupa. We just came little late. And I think this question and that answer also, I was very much impressed by the answer. Because that was an ideal thing, I think, and it was, although, very focused answer, was he told in such a simple way that I am sure it must have gone in his head. And he will be practicing it. Of course, my wife has also come, but she couldn't come because she had cold, so she couldn't come. And I really very much appreciate, because these things are we all know, when suppose this presentation is completed or it is happening, the kind of feeling comes that we know all these things. But as Swamiji said, that we had to constantly remind ourselves, and constantly means perhaps every minute, every hour. And as he rightly said, that it is for me. I like that very much. That, it is to remind myself I am doing. So this requires a continuous effort and sincere effort every hour, every day. And I'm sure this is a wonderful session. We have question answer also, presentation, and I really feel all of us are lucky that we have this facility near our residences so that we can take advantage of that. Wish you good luck, and I'll be regular whenever till I am here. I'll be regular.
Next we have closing.
Jagannath Darshan.
Yeah, Jagannath. So as you all know that we rent this facility and we get the donations and we run the center. So today's sponsorship is done by Panchmi Mataji and Kashyap Muni Prabhu. So let's and we need sponsors for June 29th, July 6th, 13th, 2027, and please get in touch with Seema Mataji and Panchmi Mataji if you want to sponsor. Yes, Seema Mataji, yeah. So she's the one you can reach out to her. And any announcement related to Rath Yatra?
Very good. Jai Jagannath. Not loud.
Jai
Amir Prabhuji, you are here for the first time. All of you have heard me before. We're very close to it now. Prabhuji started saying we are 3 weeks away. Actually, Prabhuji, not really four. It's on a Saturday, so it's not 4 weeks. It's less than 4 weeks now. 3 Sundays to go. But that said, I think Mataji mentioned that yes, all preparations are going along very well. And by now, you would have also felt talking to people that will not be 1,000 people. It will definitely not be 1,000 people.
More than that.
Much more than that. From the response that we're getting, from the feedback that we're getting talking to people, it could be 1,500, 2,000. So yeah. I hope you're able to talk to every time I talk to him, says he'll bring as many as he can serve. So we want to be ready to serve more. There has been some shortfall in. So there's some change in budgets. We're looking at some more funds. Please come forward. I think we've already floated it on the groups on what services can be taken. And please take a note, it's not that everybody can take only one service or every service can be taken only by one person. So, we can be contributing to multiple services or multiple people can contribute and every contribution helps. Please, that's the message we're trying to say. It doesn't have to be 200, 500 or 50, whatever is comfortable, please do that. We have some postcards with us today. I will suggest maybe those who want to take those postcards, spread that out, reach out to friends. And one thing I keep saying is each one reach one. So at least get one more person. And I'll probably say it this way, not that low hanging fruits. Our community is low hanging fruit. Get some likes. Please take that challenge, bring friends. I'm sure I'll bring somebody from my office. Definitely I'll bring somebody. So I'll request everyone to bring at least one colleague which is not a low hanging fruit. Please bring them along. And as I said, please spread the message. Take some postcards. The online postcards are available with us. Take them, spread them out. We need to listen to them. And at this point of time, I think we're not really short. We have time to go, but we need about $1,000 more that we are trying to collect more or raise. So please spread the message. If there is any scope, please bring it on.
So, lots of kids are coming forward for the volunteer hours and volunteer. We are going to close by next 16th is our cut-off line for volunteer hours found for volunteer people. So, because we know that we have 1 week and we need to train our volunteers. Otherwise, what happened last year? Because if we are going to come volunteer, they came. Understand? We don't know what is their capacity. We couldn't use them, and we end up doing all of them. So, and if you are here, please stay regular. And if you like to do volunteer, come for next month. 3 at least 3 Sundays for sure, because we will be training you all for the volunteers service example. Today I was walking in the Bronte Waterfront Park in the morning for the job around 5:30 to 6:30, 7 o'clock, yeah, 6:30, quarter to 7. And I was taking pictures because nobody has time here to go together and get our layouts, etc. So I was taking picture, and then one non-Indian Prabhu just came to me, and not Prabhu, like the gentleman came to me and just told me, "Oh, it's a nice, beautiful weather, right? To take pictures with, I'm just taking the landscape picture, not the sky picture." Okay, so why are you taking the landscape? And I just tell, we are having a festival, and I want to make sure that it's which part, which country go. And then she started to ask me, "This is only second last year I missed it. I'm gonna come." And he, from my phone, he took the picture and the poster. So I learned one thing. Everybody should have saved picture on your phone because he just took the picture of my picture. And he says, I mean, this is not when we are doing the Rath Yatra meetings with GTA, our Guru Maharaj. He said, this is not festival. Don't say that. Because Lord is coming out, not going to look with Indian who's like a Canadian or who is Hindu or who is Muslim. Or he is not going to see even who is dog and who is cat. Think about that. He is not going to see. It is good opportunity to bring and pray and enjoy with the Lord. I'm not going to be so confident about the serving Prashadam to everyone. That is that.
I go with Prabhuji, but he said he'll bring all those who we can serve.
So yeah,
so
that's but whatever we can do, we will do. So don't, as we said, don't hesitate to invite your even colleagues, even if they are Muslim. Because this is the one thing people are thinking. How many books we distributed in that Mother's Day? I know that what you are showing that she was also Muslim. I gave one Muslim Krishna book that I have not told you. Which is not a cup. Because they are like not that, but everybody is not that much conservative. They are looking for, everybody's looking for to be loved and invited.
And one of them was a priest in the church. I remember Parsi.
Yes, she also took so I'm just telling you, nobody is looking for what is your religion or just they are looking for your love, loving invitation. If you love them, they will come. And in my Saskatoon Rath Yatra, it is like a 50%. And even though there is a most of the time, 5 years ago, if you know, the Musa was falling on the Rath Yatra day. They were fasting and they were doing service. So I'm just telling you, don't think that you can't invite someone. Everybody is, Krishna is one, God is one. And Jagannath means he is the Lord of the universe. He is one. And that's simple.
What you can use, I use that as a motivation on inviting that we go to the but that is these days because we know it will be good. That also is a motivation to invite people, get them more. And Maharaj is performing. That's the first time, almost a 1 hour play, right? That he has. So in his directed play, that's good enough a motivation for people to come. We have a live band also in this time. So there will be a lot of attractive performances. Keynotes also there. Use all those things. And he said, one idea is we could have some postcards printed every time you need. You can share that. Having them on the phone is obviously the best option. If you can show that. But the point is start spreading the word. I mean, be confident telling people to come on this one. And not only, as you said, yes, we have to invite our diaspora, so they are the one. Invite others. And the moment we can do that, I think then our own people will keep coming.
No, Mataji, no problem. Kada. Hare Krishna. Ganga Prabhu. Can you hear me? No, right? कदाचित् कालिन्दितटवीपिना सङ्गीतकरावो मुदाम्बिरीनारीवदन कमलस्वादमधुपा रमा शम्भु ब्रह्मामरपति गणेशार्चितपादो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे कुजे सवे वेणुं शिरसि सिकिपुच्छं कटितटे दुकूलं नेत्रान्ते सहचारकटाक्षं विदधते सदा श्रीमद्वृन्दावन वसति लीला परिचयो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे महाबोधि सिरे कनकरुचिरे नीलासिकरे वसान् प्रसादन्त सहज बलभद्रेण बलिना सुभद्रा मध्यस्था सकल सुरसेवा वसरादो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे पापरवर सजल जलदश्रेणी रुचिरो रमावनी राम स्फुरदमलपङ्केरुहमुखा सुरेन्द्रराराध्य श्रुतिगणसिका गीतचरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे रतारूढो गच्छन् पतिमीलितभूदेवा पतलये स्तुति प्रदुर्भावं प्रतिपदमुपकर्ण्य सदया दया सिन्धुर्बन्धुर् सकल जगतां सिन्धु सुतया जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे हर ब्रह्मा पीड कुवलयदलोत्फुल्लनयनो निवासी नीलाद्रौ निहितचरणो नन्द शिरसि रसानन्दो राधा सरसवपुर आलिङ्गन सुको जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे नवयचे राज्यं न च कनकमाणिक्य विभवम् न याचेऽहं रम्यं सकलजनगम्यं वरवधुम् सदा काले काले प्रमथपतीनां गीतचरितो जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे हर त्वं संसारं धृतरामसारं सुरपते हर त्वं पापानां विदतिमतारं यादवपते अहो दीने नादे निहितचरणो निश्चितमिदम् जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथ स्वामी नयन पथगामी भवतु मे जगन्नाथाष्टकं पुण्यं यः पठेत प्रयतशुचिः सर्वपापविशुद्धात्मा विष्णुलोकं स गच्छति. Shri Jagannath Ashtakam ki jai. Hare Krishna. Everybody can raise for the closing kirtan. नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्णप्रस्थाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे हरे everyone Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare everyone Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare everyone Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare After this medium. Switch to medium. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. After this first. जय प्रभुपदा, जय प्रभुपदा, प्रभुपदा, श्रील प्रभुपदा। जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल बोलो हरि नाम संकीर्तन की जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की
अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवाजी गौर भक्तवृंद की राधा कृष्ण प्रेम गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की मथुरा धाम की वृंदावन धाम की जनकपुरी धाम की राधिका धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी की तुलसी देवी की संवेद भक्तवृंद की गौर प्रेमानंद all glories to the somebody all glories to the somebody all glories to the somebody all glories to Guru and Lord नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण कृष्णाय भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवी गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे श्री विषय शिशु निवास पाश्चात्य देशकाल
जीवे फले विश्व शांति